Hey guys, so in today's lessons we're going to go over reflections. So the first thing you have to know about reflections is that you're pretty much mirroring, or you're pretty much copying the figure over as if you had a mirror, depending on what the line of reflection is. So that's one vocabulary word that we're going to add, which is line of reflection, and we're going to call it lore to make it easier for us. So let's go over the first problem on the worksheet. It says, reflect about the x-axis. So first of all, you should know which one your x-axis is. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to highlight it. You're going to highlight the x-axis. And this right here is what we call the line of reflection, or the lore. So what I want you guys to do is label it. So this right here is the line of reflection. And to make it short for us, you're going to label it lore. Line of reflection. So we want to reflect this figure or this shape over the x-axis, since that's the line of reflection. And what you do is, again, you focus at one of these points, whichever one you want first. So I'm going to choose A. I'm going to reflect A over the x-axis. So this is what you do. You want to count the spaces from the x-axis all the way to A. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So what you're going to do is, now you're going to count 6 spaces across the x-axis, and then that's going to be your A prime, or the reflection of A. So if I have 6 spaces here, just go ahead and count 6 spaces down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This right here is A prime. So that's my first point. Now let's reflect B. How many spaces away from the line of reflection is B? We have 1, 2, 3 spaces away. So now go ahead and reflect it. So 1, 2, 3. So this right here is B prime. Go ahead and do the same thing with C and D. Let's do C. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This right here becomes C prime. And then finally, do the same thing with D. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This becomes D prime. Now that you have all 4 points, you can go ahead and connect them and get your shape, or the figure. So we have this. Connect all the points. Now ask yourself, are the two figures congruent? And the answer is yes. They're both the same size. So you know that both shapes are congruent. And right here we want to find the coordinate of A prime. So let's look for A prime. It's right here. What's the coordinate point for this one? So the coordinate for A prime is 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, negative, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6. So for A prime, we get -4, -6. Do the same thing, but now for B prime, which is right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6, 1, 2, 3, -3. So this is -6, -3. So those are the two coordinates I found for A prime and B prime. And now let's answer our short question here. Is side AC longer than side A prime, C prime? So here we have AC. Where's AC? This one right here. Is it longer than A prime, C prime? So we want to compare those two. Side AC is longer than side A prime, C prime. That's false. They're both the same length. So for this one, we say that it is false. So here we have our first example on how to reflect the image. Let's go ahead
Label.
And try. Don't forget, you have to label. Which one was my image? Which one was the pre-image? I start off with the pre-image. This one right here. Pre-image. And then this one right here is your image. And then we already labeled this one, the line of reflection, or the lore. And then they're both congruent. So we go ahead and write congruent, since we know they're congruent. Okay, now let's move on to the second one. The second question. It says reflect about the y-axis. So the y-axis, which one's the y-axis? It's this one right here. So go ahead and highlight it. Highlight the y-axis. The reason why we highlight it is so that it makes it easy for you to see where you're going to reflect. So we highlighted the y-axis. This is my line of reflection. Label it. Line of reflection. Now let's reflect. Reflect the shape. So I'm going to start off with D right here. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away from the line of reflection. So now let's go 5 spaces opposite of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This becomes D prime. Do the same thing with C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is C prime. Do the same thing with A and B. So let's do B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's B prime, and then A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is A prime. Go ahead and connect. Connect all the points. Connect all your points. And then let's go ahead and label them. This right here is my pre-image. So this is the pre-image. And then this one on the right, our result is the image. And then let's find the coordinates. So for C prime, what's the coordinate for C prime? Here we have C prime, so we know that it's 9, 4. 9, 4 for C prime. So 9, 4. And then for D prime, let's find it. It's right here. It's 5, 6. So 5, 6 for D prime. And then let's answer this question. Side BD is congruent to side B prime D prime. So BD is congruent or the same as B prime D prime. And that is true. Both of those sides are the same. So this is true. And yes, we know that both of these images are congruent. So go ahead and say that on here. They're both congruent. Let's go over number 3. So let's try number 3. There it is. There's number 3. Let me move it up a little. So we're reflecting about the y-axis again. So grab your highlighter. Highlight the y-axis. That's your line of reflection. There's the y-axis. Make sure you label it. Line of reflection. Line of reflection, the LOR to make it short. Now, start reflecting each of the points. I'm going to start off with B, point B. So this is 1, 2, 3 spaces away from the line of reflection. So now I'm going to go the opposite way, 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. This gives me B prime. Do the same thing with A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go the opposite way now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is A prime. Now C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now go 9 directly across from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So make sure that when you're reflecting it, you're going directly across from the other point. And then D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're going to go opposite. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then connect. Connect all your points. Connect all your points. And then it should pretty much look like if you had a mirror right here and you're reflecting the image. So now let's label these. This right here is my pre-image. And then this one on the left is my image. And then what else do we need? We know that both of these shapes are congruent since the sides are the same. Both of the sizes are the same, so they're congruent. Now let's find the coordinates. A prime, where's A prime? Right here. The coordinate for this one is -6 up 6. So -6, 6 for this one. -6, 6 for that one. And then C prime, where's C prime? Right here. It's -9, 3 for this one. So -9, 3. And then let's answer our short question. This means angle again. So if you see this shape right here, let me write it. Looks kind of like inequality. This means angle. So angle A, which is this angle right here, is congruent to angle A prime. So it's telling me that this angle is exactly the same as that one, which is true. Since both shapes are congruent, everything else should be congruent, such as the angles and the sides. So this is true. Now let's go over one last example, number 4. Let's go over this example. If I'm going too fast, go ahead and pause the video or rewind it if you missed anything. Let's go over this one now. Number 4, we're going to reflect about the x-axis. So the first thing you want to do is you want to highlight the line of reflection. I tell you that it's the x-axis, so go ahead and highlight it. Once you highlight it, label it. Line of reflection, or the LOR. And then let's start reflecting these points. So we're going to reflect about the x-axis. So this image is supposed to come up here somewhere. So this B is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from the line of reflection. So now we're going to go 4 spaces up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This right here is B prime. Let's do the same thing with A. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This right here is A prime. Do the same thing with C and D. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 away. So do the opposite now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is C prime, and now D prime. Again, it's 8 spaces away. So count 8 spaces up. This is D prime. Connect all your points. Connect the points. And this makes sense. If you were to fold this paper right here, fold it in half, this shape should overlap with this one if you were to fold the paper. So you know it makes sense, so then it's pretty much right. Now we have to find the coordinate points of C prime and B prime. But before I do that, let me finish labeling. This right here is my pre-image. That's what I started with. So that's the pre-image. This one up here is my image. That's my result. And then I know that both of these shapes are congruent. So I can go ahead and write it right here. They're congruent. Now the coordinates. C prime, where's C prime? Right here. My coordinate is 1, 8. So 1, 8 for the first one. And then B prime is right here. My coordinate is 3, 4. 3, 4. And remember, when we check these, this is pretty much what we're looking at. If you got these two correct, then we pretty much know that your figures are correct too. So make sure that you're careful when you're getting the coordinate points. And then lastly, let's go ahead and answer this. It tells us that angle A, which is this guy right here, angle A is not the same as angle A prime. This one right here. Angle A is not the same as angle A prime. That is false. Since both of these shapes are congruent, their angles must also be congruent. So this is false. And that is it. Those are the 4 examples I was going to show you. If you have any questions or you're confused, rewind the video and review the problems. And then you're going to work on the rest of this worksheet. For the remainder of the time, it's double-sided. There's 12 questions. Make sure you highlight the axis or the line of reflection to make it easier for you.